Rise and shine, everyone. 6 o'clock here on this Wednesday. Jason Hackett and Lauren Lemanchek here with you. In addition to all that, we are following some breaking news here regarding the CEO of Target. We're going to get to that in just a second here.
Yeah, implications for a lot of local workers here at Target. But first, we do need to talk about the weather. A gorgeous day today, and a lot of people looking ahead to the fair, John.
Yes, they are. Yeah, big move with Target. I was watching the stock price this morning, just plummeting. I think it's 8-9% down right now, so that's going to be a big story. Out here in the backyard, it's very quiet. Perfect. Very nice. 69 degrees. Dew points have dropped 4 degrees. We're now at 65. And you can see how nice it is. I actually got up this morning and said, all right, there's going to be fog, but it's been very patchy. And the dew points came down a little bit. In fact, it's remarkable. We were at 70 for a dew point yesterday. The bugs everywhere. I mean, there were bees everywhere. There's no bugs out here this morning. So obviously the dew point came down enough to where the bees think it's time to sleep or whatever they're doing. Look at the cooler weather up here. Bemidji 49. I thought we were waiting for the cool air. What happened is the moisture got sucked out of the atmosphere up there. Look at the dew points just crashing here today. So clearly lower dew points in the 40s up there, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're fog free because the temperature still made it all the way down there. We have fog north of Brainerd right now. It's pretty patchy, but if you're in St. Cloud or the Twin Cities, hopefully not slowing you down here. Great start here. Hopefully that continues for the drive-in, Cece.
Yeah, really nice drive-in, especially for Eden Prairie folks. This is Highway 212 heading toward 494 and also away from 494 toward Chaska area. But we're seeing here, not seeing lane closures for another morning. This is great news. I've gotten a lot of folks messaging me about this project. So glad that this is a little bit of a pause in the action for now. But really, we're seeing great things on 35W. That project wrapped up this morning. We're still going to see ramp closures. I'll talk about that a little later in this half hour. But for the most part, the main portion of that project is complete. See 94 clear as well. So good things. 394 will definitely get a little more busy during the morning rush, but very quiet right now. When I see you next, we're going to go toward St. Paul. There's going to be another closure tonight that you'll need to detour for. So stick around for just after 6:15.
All right, Cece, thank you. And we do have breaking news just into the newsroom in the last 15 minutes this morning.
The Target CEO Brian Cornell announced he will step down in February and its COO will succeed him. Cornell has led the company for 11 years, the company even eliminating a policy to require him to retire at 65 when they extended his contract in 2022. So he will transition to executive chair of the board. The CEO, as I mentioned, will take his place. He says he's ready to reclaim the company's merchandising authority. So some big news here breaking on Sunrise. Of course, we're going to have more on this throughout the day. Of course, Target being a big local company here.
A huge local employer, a lot of implications in the stock market and for the future of one of Minnesota's premier companies.
No doubt. This morning, talks of new security changes at the state capitol get underway.
Yeah, it'll be the first meeting since the shootings of Minnesota lawmakers and a Capitol security breach. Michelle Beck is live at the Capitol this morning, and they have a lot to talk about today, Michelle.
Oh, certainly. Good morning to you, Lauren and Jason. You know, this group meets every quarter to assess Capitol security here. But when this meeting starts today at 9 a.m., that topic of safety is sure to have renewed significance. Take a look at this. I found the agenda for the Advisory Committee on Capitol Area Security. You can see it's 6 members will get to public comment, but before they do, they'll talk about Capitol security rules and updates. Its website says the group led by the Lieutenant Governor last met in April. Since then, 2 state lawmakers and their families were shot at home. Also, a man was arrested for trespassing on Capitol grounds 3 times in 24 hours. Here's what the governor said yesterday about safety after dodging a question about a ban on guns here at the Capitol.
We have to do the metal detectors. I think some of that makes sense. I'm grateful to the State Patrol made that decision early on to limit the number of doors. That does not limit people's access to the Capitol. It just limits the entry point.
So as required by law, this committee will give its advice and its recommendations to the governor and the legislature. So after today, we're not expecting any immediate results or any decisions to be made today. However, we are, guys, expecting a report in January. Back to you.
All right, Michelle Beck reporting live from the Capitol. Thank you so much. A new overnight, we learned a strike by 1,400 U of M union workers has been delayed for now. It was set to start at midnight, but union leaders are taking a vote on the last, best, and final offer. Writing on their Facebook page, the negotiating committee is unanimously recommending a no vote. The service workers, including those in maintenance and food service, say the university is offering them a 3% wage increase, less than the 3.5% offered to other workers on campus. The university says they want to avoid a strike because it would harm the community, including employees.
In just a few hours, a judge will hear arguments in a lawsuit challenging a Minnesota policy allowing trans women and girls to play sports that match their gender identity. The Texas-based advocacy group Female Athletes United is representing 3 Minnesota high school softball players. They argue the policy is unfair, unsafe, and violates Title IX. The state has allowed this for more than 10 years and has defended it under the Minnesota Human Rights Act. Today's hearing starts at 9 a.m.
This morning, 3 Minneapolis City Council members are calling for Council Vice President Aisha Chugtai to apologize after she posted a video using an expletive to refer to Mayor Jacob Frey. Chugtai posted the video endorsing Omar Fateh for mayor. She ends the video saying, in part, F. Jacob Frey. Now, in a statement, council members Lene Palmisano, Andrea Jenkins, and Michael Rainville called her remarks inflammatory and disrespectful and an extraordinary breach of decorum. And the mayor's office also responding, saying in part, quote, the mayor believes in collaboration and the importance of setting aside politics to find common ground. We have reached out to council member Chugtai for comment, but she has not responded.
Good news this morning for anglers on one of Minnesota's most popular walleye lakes. The DNR is increasing the walleye limit on Lake Mille Lacs from 2 to 3. That new limit takes effect Saturday and runs through the end of November. The DNR says fewer walleye have been fished this year because of a so-called slow bite, meaning they have lots of food available to them and aren't as easily attracted to anglers' bait. State fair officials have just one more day to set up before the gates swing open.
And as you can imagine, they are hard at work making sure the fair is fun for everyone. Audrey Russo's live on the fairgrounds. And Audrey, what kind of things are they doing out there?
Yeah, Jason, Lauren, it's really about boosting accessibility across the board here at the State Fair. Now, they are adding on to some programs that they already had. They're implementing some new features, particularly for guests with mobility limitations. So let's dive right in and start with the Warner Coliseum behind me. This is a 5,000-seat venue for the livestock shows, the horse shows. This year, they've added 2 new wheelchair ramps and expanded their accessible seating section. The fair is also expanding the hours for their American Sign Language program. There will be interpreters with bright purple shirts and signs who will be walking on site until 7 p.m. each day. Now, the fair's guest services supervisor says there will also be more audio descriptions of fine art exhibits for blind guests, an additional breastfeeding location, and a sensory-friendly space.
We talk a lot about being the Great Minnesota Get Together, and we are not being that unless we're actually being accessible to everybody. And if that means our services only affect a small number of them, it still means that we're fulfilling that mission of bringing Minnesotans together and being a space for everybody.
Yeah, really expanding the ways that everybody can enjoy the fair, because it does get busy here and there are some difficulties maneuvering around. So if you want more information on where to find some of these particular features, you can go to the State Fair's website. They actually have a specific accessibility page. And today is also the last day that you can buy discounted tickets online and at Cub Foods. $17 today versus $20 tomorrow. I know I like to save $3. Jason, Laura?
Who doesn't?
That $3 can go towards a cup of coffee, can go towards a sandwich. You can do a lot of things with $3. So, Audrey, thank you very much for that advice. And everybody should have access to the fair.
Everyone deserves a cookie. Everyone deserves a corn dog or Pronto Pup.
There you go. We're excited to see you at the Care Barn, by the way, for Fair Questions. So make sure you come and play trivia with us. Tomorrow, John and I will be joined by the one and only Boyd Hooper. That's going to start sometime after 10 o'clock. That's going to be a lot of fun. And the Care Barn, as a reminder here, is located near the corner of Judson and Nelson. You can also catch the 4, 5, and 6 weekday newscasts live and Saturday mornings at 8 o'clock.